Hey guys, and welcome to another video in this Docker series. And today we're going to be doing something that's really common, and that's setting up a small database along with our Python application. So let's go through the setup here. I'm going to explain what each of the individual parts are doing. We're then going to run our app a few times just so we can see from a practical sense exactly what's going on. So I've got a Docker compose, a Docker file, a Python file, and then finally some requirements txt. Let's start with our main.py file. So you can basically break this up into a couple of different sections. Let's go ahead and just move these down. There we are. So from the top, we're importing a couple of different libraries, and these are just to basically get us connected to a database. We'll worry about what the database is in just a minute. That's going to be in here. And all we're doing from the top, first of all, we're saying, let's go ahead and create a table. So this statement here is going to create the table if it doesn't exist. We've then got a statement down below to then insert some users. So in this case, we're saying insert into our users table, name, values, and I've just done Alice for this case here, just to keep it simple. We've then got a print statement to say what's been inserted. We've then got a statement underneath just to query the users as well. So we're executing a statement saying select the ID, name from our user table. That was the table that this person's inserted into, and of course the table we create up here as well. And then all it does here is just iterate through those people in the database and just print them out. So this is just pretty standard stuff, and if you've worked in Python before and had a database running, a lot of this may already look pretty familiar. Now, doing this from a Docker context is a little bit different, especially if the database is also running in Docker, which I recommend. I think it's quite a nice way to do. So let's go and take a look at how our database has been defined. And we've defined it inside a Docker compose file. So if I just kind of, let's do this first. So if I go and expand my services, we've got a DB service and an app service here. Our Python application, that's this one. So if I go ahead and open app, we say build. The build dot just means it looks for the Docker file, like in the current context. So if I do ls here, here's my Docker file, and there it is. We'll look at that in just a minute. We say the container is called Python app. It depends on DB. DB is this one. So it's going to wait until this is up and running before moving. And I think you generally want to do this. I mean, if you imagine, say, like this runs and the database runs afterwards, the commands you're doing here aren't going to work because, yeah, your database isn't live yet. And we then set an environment variable called database URL, and that's passed in just up here. So we fetch this at the top of our Python code, we connect, we do all our statements, and we're good to go. And then finally, I'm just exposing it on port 8000 through to 8000 in the app. Not super important, but if you're running this in, say, like a fast API kind of context or any API where you want it to be external, then yeah, go ahead and expose the port as well. So that's our Python app. We then have our database service. And this defines an image. Well, sorry, it says an image is Postgres 15. So this will go to Docker Hub, just find it and pull it. We name the container. Restart always just means if anything happens, it's going to kind of restart it. So if it errors out for whatever reason, it will come back on. We set a few environment variables, because I'm just running it locally, it's fine to just do user, password, whatever. We then define a volume, which I'll come to in a second, and then we expose it on 5432, linking to port 5432 inside the Docker network, or Docker container, I should say in this case. Now, because I've done volume Postgres data, that now means, if I come down here, we have a volume called Postgres data. This means that, say for example, if we run the app, kill it, like delete the containers, restart it, this volume will still persist, which is good. So when I go into Docker Desktop, let's go look at volumes. These are from my other app, but when I run this, we should see a different volume appear here, and we should be able to make our data be persistent. Last thing to look at is going to be my Docker file. This is for the Python app. And if this has all been nicely commented, it's pretty standard stuff. We define Python 3.11 slim. We copy our requirements txt into the app context. That just gets this library here. It gets that up and running and installed. And then we just do Python main.py. So all that's left to do is just go ahead and do Docker Compose. You could just do Docker Compose up, but if I do Docker Compose -d build, the -d will detach it from the current terminal. So just, yeah, it'll free up the terminal afterwards. So we'll hit run. Should take a second. Not a huge image. There you go. You can see it doing its run pip install commands. And there we go. Brilliant. So we can see it's created a volume, it's created a network, and we have 2 containers, PostgresDB, Python app. So go back and look at our Docker Compose, container name, PostgresDB. That's this guy, that's started up. Our application, container name, Python app. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's all started up as well. So let's head over here, check out our containers. We have our February stack. So we see our PostgresDB. We'll open that. Cool. Yeah, doesn't mean a huge amount to us at the moment, but we can see it's there. We can actually see it's gone ahead and created the database, so it looks good. Now we can see our Python app has exited, and that's because if I head back into here, when our code gets to the end, like there's no kind of like loop or, there's not like an API where it stays alive like forever. So what I want to do is show you something rather interesting. If I click play, and we'll head into here again. Okay, we can see some stuff has happened. We can see inserted user with ID 1, current users in database, ID 1, name and Alice. So that all looks good, and we can see it is indeed giving us our stuff. So if I see current users in database, yeah, there we go. Now what's interesting, if I hit play again, okay, now we've got 2. And we can see 2 basically because of our volumes. So because our volumes are persistent, even though like this app is like stopping and starting, like if we do play again, we've now got 3 Alice's. So say we head back into here, let's make this John, and we'll do Docker Compose build, and we'll just say app, so we'll just restart that service. So this will leave the database alone. Should just take a second. Okay, we'll head back in. There we are, ID 4 as John. So that's all because I head to volumes. There we are, February Postgres data. So that's happened because in our Docker Compose file, we define that as a persistent piece of storage down here. So basically what we have now is a database that's going to stay persistent, and we have a Python app that can communicate with our database over the Docker network. And it's as simple as that, to be honest. I think if you're starting off in Python and Docker and databases, this is probably as simple and as basic as you can get it. Of course, this isn't the only database you can use. There's plenty on the market there. But yeah, you can go ahead and hit play a number of times, and we can see it behaves absolutely fine. So for a good first project, you might have a simple database in the background, which is there, listening. It can take requests. You could pair this up with Fast API or something like that. You could basically put it with whatever you want, really. But as long as you follow this basic context of you have a service which is some kind of database, you set it up correctly, and then as a separate service, we have things that then just communicate with our database. So just to recap our basic setup, we have a Docker Compose file, we have 2 services. One's our Python app, which is geared to talk to a database. The other service is just that database. We then had to make a Docker file, and this Docker file's job is basically just to say, copy the requirements txt, set up Python, and then finally, here's how you're going to run said Python code. Our requirements txt, that's just for our Python scripts to basically install this, so it's good to go. And then in our main.py, we've just got a few simple statements to create the table, insert some users, and query those users. I think here I guess probably the most important bit is probably all this at the top. So rather than hard coding our database URL, we're fetching database URL from the environment. We then set that inside here. So for our app service, we do environment, database URL, and this. It's just a case of making sure that you match up all of this with the information from your database. So you've got my user, my password, that corresponds to these. My database corresponds to this, and because this is chatting to 5432, we've also got that here as well. So as long as these things line up, you should be able to create a database and then have your Python application talk to said database. Cheers for watching, guys. Hope you all have a great weekend, and see you all in the next video.